as 45 remarkable young men have before me. Friends, family, loved ones, parents, grandparents, teachers, faculty, students, and my fellow class of 2012. It is my honor to stand before you today and bid farewell to what has been, without doubt, the most beautiful, enlightening, and happiest 4 years of my life. As I look out over a regular sea of crimson and gold, I am overwhelmed by a deep sense of warmth, utter joy, shameless pride, awe, relief, exhilaration, but above all, a true sense of home. Reflecting on these past 4 years on Jacob Lane, I see that our beloved Jesuit has offered us a wealth of opportunities and successes beyond what any normal teenager could expect. At Jesuit, academic excellence, personal kindness, athletic dominance, and artistic achievement are not simply ideals worth seeking, but accomplishments realized every day through the diligence and cooperation of a student body dedicated to living with purpose. While I have been here, our sports teams have won championship after championship. Our students have excelled in the classroom far above any standards. Our choirs have created beauty incarnate from West Coast to East. Our beloved Black Box Theater has produced works of drama, hilarious, poignant, and moving as life itself. The robotics team has eaten, eats, and will continue to eat foreign countries for breakfast in international competition. Myriad student organizations spend their time, treasure, and talent in offering a hand to the less fortunate in our world. And perhaps most impressively of all, each and every day at Jesuit High School, I have seen young boys, often as lost and confused as I was freshman year, become true men for others. So, before I say a single word on anything else, a tremendous debt of gratitude must be repaid to the thousands of people who have sacrificed of themselves so that we can be here today, on the brink of finally graduating from this great institution. First, to the teachers here at Jesuit. I have not the words to express how vastly you affect the student body in an enormously positive way. You have not only given us the tools and abilities to meet an ever-changing world with confidence and passion, but you have shown us how education is much more than just simple questions and answers. Whether through Mr. Zelke's literally constant puns, or drawing little dancing bunny rabbits in Mr. Trafton's class, or in Mr. Hornback's classic stories of his grandfather or Anglo-Saxon mythology. Speaking of which, what Hornback they in summa daga dein Buchstaben ich stahle, which for those of you who aren't pursuing a doctorate in Anglo-Saxon literature means I will steal your podium, Mr. Hornback, someday, somehow. Here at Jesuit, teachers make learning interesting, casual, and downright fun. And in a world where certainly not every teacher succeeds at such a worthy endeavor, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for fostering classrooms that did not stifle my creativity, but gave it wings to fly. Classrooms that did not put me to sleep, but truly woke me up. Classrooms that taught me not only how to think with my head, but how to love with my heart. And speaking of loving with my heart, now let me talk to those people whom we love with absolutely all our hearts, our parents. Whatever thanks I gave to the teachers, multiply it by infinity, and perhaps we might understand just a sliver of how much we owe our parents. For changing our diapers before we could even say your name, for teaching us our ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, in addition to how to bake chocolate chip cookies, for staying up with us late into the night when the boogeyman was still hiding in the closet, for staying up with us even later into the night when the Poetic Vision project is due the next day and we haven't done a single entry, for supporting us in all we do, no matter how rash, thoughtless, or outright stupid. I know it's not enough, but here's hoping it is. Parents, thank you for everything you have done, do, and will continue to do for your children. You are the ones who shape and mold the men of our future. And trust me, I know from personal experience with all of your sons, that you have done one hell of a job. And to you, Mom and Dad, thank you. I'd be lost without you. I love you. To you guys, my beloved class of 2012. These days, it feels like everyone is constantly imparting their tidbits of wisdom to us, doesn't it? Like the world is our oyster. But doesn't it seem like that oyster is really just some strange shellfish dish stuffed with corny graduation cliches? I mean, if I had a nickel for every time someone yarned on some follow your dream spiel, we could all go to college for free. But since everyone else of note in our lives is piling on the cliches, it does give me the opportunity to add one of my own. So here it goes. Class of 2012, break a leg. Wrong kind of cliche, right? Well, no. As I'm sure most of you know by now, about 2 months ago, I suffered a devastating injury to my ankle during a vicious and violent match of combat hacky sack. Since I was in the school musical at the time, you can all imagine, that is, imagine if you weren't one of the many taunting me yourselves, that tons of people made the joke about me taking the whole break a leg thing too seriously. Ha ha ha. Well, amidst such lame jokes, I also had to deal with wheeling, crutching, caning, limping, hobbling my way around campus for much of my second semester senior year. The supposed time of our lives, to drop another cliche on you. This past month or so, I couldn't walk, I couldn't play any sports, I couldn't stand up for prayer in the morning, and I couldn't even perform in the final week of the musical. It goes without saying that I was really bummed out. But as another cliche goes, every rain cloud has its silver lining. While I did lose the ability to frolic down the halls like I normally do, over the past 2 months, I have come to realize that breaking my leg has had far more of the characteristics of a blessing than of a curse. For every classroom I could no longer reach by myself, I discovered that I had friends, not just a few, but many friends, literally fighting one another to help me get there. For every ounce of my once deceptive speed I lost, I gained the singular wisdom that comes with slowing down. Through breaking my leg, I was given the time and the patience to appreciate the many wonders constantly occurring in the world around me, many of which go unnoticed beneath the hustle and bustle of everyday life. When I crutched past the breezeway at my embarrassing 1 mile an hour pace, I didn't just see the usual flood of teenage kids, rushing from one place to another, but rather, I saw friends, laughing, smiling, and enjoying each other's company. Talented students sharing ideas and expressing their hopes and dreams. I saw real men for others, offering of themselves again and again to help their brothers. For the first time, I saw Jesuit High School as it really is. And in this time of reminiscence, I don't think anything better could have happened to me. And after experiencing this unexpected gift for 2 long months, I've come to understand something absolutely crucial to us seniors as we move forward after graduation. Life freaking rocks. And beyond that, we need to appreciate just how much it does rock. Just the other day, my father and I spoke about our generation and how much life has changed since he was young. And the one hope he had for us was that we do not become the generation that is disconnected. And what I think he meant by disconnected is not so much kept apart from each other, but kept blind to the beauty and the magic of the world surrounding us. Too often in our modern society of instant gratification and internet iPhone hyperspeed, people forget the value of simply slowing down and appreciating what it is that they have. The world is overflowing with young men just like us, bursting at the seams to be successful. But so many define their success in ways that are terribly disconnected from the true purpose of humanity. Instead of focusing on love, friendship, and experience, they see their happiness as dependent on the thickness of their wallet or the prestige of their occupation, or even the size of the rock on the finger of their beautiful wife. But if I learned nothing else from breaking my leg and being forced to absorb the world with patience, I learned that none of those superficial measures of success matter in the slightest. True success is not measured in dollar bills or stock values or the square footage of your penthouse suite. True success is measured in the beauty and the fullness of a life. It's not tallied in hours logged at the office, but in hours spent daydreaming in the park, hand in hand with someone you love. It's counted not in the number of bedrooms in your mansion, but in the number of bedtime stories you tell to your children. It's made not by how many companies you control, but by how many countries you travel. Success is not how wide your reach, your fame, or your wealth, but how wide the arms of your firstborn son when he says, "Daddy, I love you this much."
I love you too, kiddo.
Hey, you had that flag.
He didn't know it.
Don't take what I'm saying to mean that there is anything wrong with fame, fortune, or power. Someone in the world has to have them, so why not us? But while you're winning the financial rat race, don't forget to take the time to win a game of Monopoly with your friends. And while you're hard at work making a name for yourself out there, make sure it's doing something you love. And while you're busy molding yourselves into the great men I know we all will become, why not try being a great laugher? Why not try being a great smiler? Try being a great do-what-you-lover, a great never-give-upper, a great friend, a great teacher, a great husband, a great father, a great person. You don't need fame, fortune, or more time on this earth. You need friends. You need silliness. You need unexpected joys and overwhelming love. You need sunny days and hot chocolate nights and just enough time to appreciate it all. My fellow students of the class of 2012, I don't have all the answers. Heck, I don't even have all the questions. Why I'm traveling 3,000 miles across the country to look for something I'm not even sure is waiting there for me, I don't know. But I do know that I'm more than willing to take the risk to find out. And I know that Jesuit has prepared me, has prepared all of us to take the risk to find success in the world, however we define it. So, class of 2012, the world actually is our oyster. So, don't be afraid. Go everywhere with arms wide open and a smile on your face, and you'll have nothing to regret. Recognize a friend's laugh. Remember funny stories. Play games with little children. And for goodness sake, take the time to appreciate it. Oh, and one last thing. Break a leg.